Good morning, Warren County. I'm your host of Warren First 931, Kelly Walker Slaughter here. And with me, starting off this show, this bright and bushy tailed lady right here Thursday morning, is Miss Hollie Cox.
Good morning.
And she is, hell, okay, I know it used to be called several things, but what is the actual, is it bark or no?
No,
What is it called now? Or is there even a title now?
there's not. It's me, myself, and I.
Okay, I like that. Okay. That's the title. So, but if anybody doesn't know who Holly is, she is the one that has helped out a ton of sheltered animals in this community, and she tries her darndest to get all these people, all these animals, homes and just fed, clothed. I mean, just like if it was a child, essentially, to make sure they have a warm place to stay. And during the holidays, it's no different. We think about all the people out there that's in the cold weather. Well, there's animals also in the cold, and we have to raise money for that. And we also have to raise money for medicines and operations, which really it's not that much when you think about it on some of the stuff.
Well, when you have 30 plus dogs that
That is
may
a lot,
need
yeah.
it is a lot. And
Yeah.
then you don't want the financial burden back on the municipalities because then you may have to start shrinking your numbers.
Correct.
So that's where we come in at, or I come in at, and the supporters is we raise it up to make the difference up so that the adoptions or the foster homes or whatever it is will have an easy way to just take care of the dog and not have to worry about the financial part.
Right. And with that said, I have been helping. It's not hard to volunteer, whether it's to try, help a dog get to their is it training or is it their daycare? What is it exactly that I've been taking them to?
Play care.
Play care. Okay.
Yes,
Explain that.
Miss Dallas at 5 Acre Farm in Borden, she does play care days, and we're assigned so many for the city dogs through the week.
Yeah.
And they get there and she'll do like the basic commands or stuff like that. See how much they know already, the set, the place. And then if they're dog friendly, she starts doing some introductions with other dogs so they can just basically decompress and learn crate training and things there at her play care.
Yeah. Which again, speaking of that, if you have people that be watching this today, make sure you tag anybody that's looking for an animal or a dog. Because one thing, as a dog owner, as myself, I have never bought an animal yet. It's always been an adoption or a somebody has given me their dog because they are going to Nashville or whatnot. That's speaking of. I have actually Sophie. Come here. I don't know if y'all can see her. She's my Great Dane. Come here. She hates cameras, by the way. You can't see her that great, but she's my Great Dane. She's 17 years old, and I was getting. Oh yeah, see now she's gonna do it. So watch, I'll put it down and it goes away. It's just how it is. But with that said, there she is. Hey Sophie. Oh, she saw herself. But I got her about 7 years ago from one of my friends that moved to Nashville and then moved to Florida and now back to Chattanooga. And now I think he's back to Nashville. He's a traveling man. But you know, I've always had dogs either given to me or I've had to adopt them. And again, I never have actually bought, purebred or things like that because they are very expensive, but I feel like the adoptive ones, the rescue ones, they are so much easier to transition, I guess is the best word I want to use, for me in my experience, because all they ever want is a loving, caring home at the end of the day. And if you genuinely show them that you're a loving, caring owner, they are gonna be a family member for a lifetime. And I have a 4-year-old mix mutt of some sort. I don't know if he's a lab or a he's everything. He's a mix of a lab but he looks like a pit. Like if he did not talk or if you just saw him standing and barking, he looks like a pit. But with that said, he is so loving and caring. I got him when he walked up to the radio station 4 years ago in the rain as a puppy. And my nephew's like, KK, we got to do something, because and the other day, keeping on talking about my rant, I've seen, and I know I'll speak for Holly on this. There have so many people dumping animals during the holidays. Like it's either they're dumping. I see people posting pictures of found this dog dumped at my yard, or I see on social media hey, I'm looking for, cat, kittens, or animals or something, it's either or. But the other day when I was driving and I was late and I had my little girl with me, I was on my back road and I saw a white vehicle stop, throw out a dog, and then they see me, right? They see me. They stop and pick it back up. And I was creepily slowly driving away. And that's when, as soon as I saw it get back in the car and drive further down, I was like, I am getting on my thing right now. Because maybe somebody in that car's got social media and they would see it. And that's why I got on Warren first that day. And I said, listen, I've been seeing this on social media, but I have just witnessed it. And if I could go back and get that license plate, I would. Thank you for that suggestion. But I was in a moving car on a very highly populated traffic area, so it's not like I was gonna stop. And my little girl was in the car too at the time. But the dumping of the animals, I want to say while I have her on here, really needs to stop. I see on social media parents posting about, I just things are tight. Can you please help me? Like, if you pick up an animal or have an animal and things are getting tight on budget, the solution is not to dump them. We have a very caring community, and I guarantee you, if you post on social media saying, hey, things are getting tight, and I know we just got this animal a few weeks ago, please, can somebody help me? And whether that's refoster or rehoming it, whether that's food, whether that's something, people are out there in the community to do that
Yes. The goal is to keep them out of the shelters
because they're full right now.
beyond full.
Yeah.
And if I know last Paw Patrol, their thing is now to keep pets within the home. So, like
Yeah.
she said, if it's medical, food, whatever, spay neuter, there are groups that will help with that.
Yeah.
That the animal needs to stay home with you. Whether you think giving them a couple hours of your time a day is not enough, it is better than what they get in the shelter. I guarantee it.
Yeah, because I have, and Keith and them, they do a phenomenal job, the best that they can back there. And I have actually got to see the dog kennels. They're amazingly well clean. They're well kept. They even have right now, I think they kind of winterized it, putting what's it called? Whatever that thing's
Plastic
got.
tarp
Yeah,
type
the
thing.
tarp stuff. But there's some animals in the shelter right now, like Mork. I've used him as an example. He is very sweet, loving dog, but you can tell that he, like I was talking to Holly about it, like he was like I had to pet him the whole time from the car ride when we got in to like maybe the last 10 minutes of the drive to get him to wind down and calm down, because you can tell he was anxiety and anxious and stuff. And and Holly was telling me it's because of the dogs in there, all like the barking, the echoing of the dogs.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And even if you guys want to volunteer to maybe like let the dog, take them to the dog park. I mean, just simple stuff like that, or sponsor. I know that some people do help sponsor, right?
Yes. We have sponsoring of the play care days, which is $20 a day. We have sponsoring for the spay neuter, which would be their adoption fees. We have a lady that when the treats are low, she specifically wants to help with treats, so she'll sponsor the treats. We done the fundraiser auction for dog houses. We had people, donating for that and the material to put the feet on them.
Yeah.
And just basically whatever you want to do, we'll find a place for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's that easy. And of course, like the reason she is here is like they do fundraising events. And the one that is coming up, which we've talked about on the show, is the Mufasa movie.
Yes. We figured that opening weekend would be the best time to do this one, with it being a bigger, highly anticipated movie. So Saturday at 4:00, the theater is ours, and we will be doing the special screen of it. So the tickets for that specific time come back to us.
Yeah.
And
they're $8 a ticket.
Yes.
And again, thanks to Pure Wealth,
Yes,
for sponsoring this event, right?
Yes. CK and her team are fabulous. They're always good about animal supporting. Anything we need, they help with it. So they have took over the sponsorship, so that way more of the proceeds actually stay with us.
Oh, I love that. And again, make sure y'all, and if you can't make it to the movie, like me and Melody said, make a donation. Like, I'm doing the 12 acts of kindness challenge. And one of them is, and that's why I put y'all in it as well, is shining a light on y'all's for the Mufasa movie. If you can't make it to the movie, at least swing by and make a donation.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's not hard. It's the easiest thing to donate. Like, you know, if you have a family of 4 and you want to donate 8 times 4, you know, and not watch the movie, it's fine.
Yeah.
Or see what they need, if they need food or things like that. Are you guys low on that?
The food situation right now, we're not, but when people do donate food, I have like a little building. It goes to our fosters.
Okay.
So that way it helps them again, if they needed it, you know, to keep up with theirs.
Yeah.
Keith will mix the food with what he already gets them so it won't mess their stomachs
Yeah.
up. But right now we're good on food. We are good on dog houses. We have, like, if you want to donate toys, we have to have the harder Kong toys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the stuffies will get everywhere.
Mutilated is what I call it at the house.
Yeah. Treats, we always need treats, just no rawhide, because they go through those
Yeah,
pretty
just
quickly.
like, yeah, they mutilate those too.
Yeah. So we have at the shelter, there's 26 dogs right now, and then 4 that's in foster care.
Okay.
So there's a total of 30 that the city's having to take care of specifically. And then county, if we have any excess of anything, we always help county out.
Yeah.
So we take treats down there to them and do sponsorships and things like that.
Yeah. And then correct me if I'm wrong, during the holidays, if people are wanting an animal during, is there, is the, what is it called? Is the fee waived? What's waived? I can't remember.
Okay. So with city, we have all of them sponsored. So it's any time of the year.
Yeah.
Except that we've got 2 new ones that came in. So they're actually not neutered or spayed yet, but when they are, you know, they'll be ready to go. But their
And can
fee
you
is sponsored.
explain to everybody what it means to be sponsored?
The adoption fee is $97, and that covers their spay, neuter, and the rabies shots. So when somebody donates and they say we want to sponsor a dog's adoption fee, they're paying the full $97, and that'll take care of everything. Some people do partial sponsors. I know, like with county, when Blaine and them done the adopt one, you could do 50 or 30 or whatever, and then if somebody else done 50 or 30, it just half sponsors. That way, you're about like $40-something to adopt a dog or cat. So when I say sponsored on that end, that means it just literally covers their adoption fee. So that once we do the process, applications and screenings and things like that, the dog's good to go.
See, and all you have to do if you want to adopt, you know, all you have to do is pay that small, what is it? Or nothing at all.
Nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
Completely free.
Nice. Because when I went in there and I've adopted cat, I've been to the two different shelters, and you know, a couple years ago when we lost our 25-year-old plus cat, yes, girl, yes, she had many names, but we called her Schizo. She was our animal since I was in high school, and she passed away. You know, my option was like, man, if I could just find one that looked just like her. And then we went in there, and the cat was named Midnight. And they didn't know if he was like ran over or hit by a car because he couldn't walk on one leg at the time or something like that. But with that said, I want everybody to know that he is happy and healthy, maybe overly healthy. Let me tell you that.
Chunky.
And yes, he is. And he can jump, he can walk, but when he runs, that's when you can tell that there was something that happened back there. That's the only time, because it kind of like he runs and then it stops. Like it stops every third step and it like drags. It's the weirdest thing to see a cat run like that. But if you're looking for a dog or a cat, and you know, you don't want to go through, I'll tell you this, going through the puppy and kitten phase, that's for the pits. Why do you want to start diapers all over again? That's how I compare it to with babies, right? But finding one that's, whether it's a mature or, you know, or a middle ground, I just feel like those are the best ones to transition with your family, with your kids, with your other animals. Because like Holly said, you know, going to the Dallas stuff that they do, they get transition. They get, you know, with some of them. Yeah, they have all that. And they're getting trained that you didn't even pay for. It was sponsored by somebody.
Again, when on training, it's not, you're not going to get a dog that's going to be sitting, staying, shaken, they get basic manners, leash manners,
Right.
things like that. So it's not a full blown. They can do everything.
Yeah.
But they're not, and we cannot guarantee that a dog's going to be potty trained. Whether we
Yeah.
think they may be or not, I'm not going to tell you they are, because
Right.
they might have accidents. We have people that are upset when they take a dog home and it has an accident in the house and they want to bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it.
It
I
is
mean,
part of the
they do the
transition. They want to mark their
3-3-3.
they want to mark their territory, because when we had Sophie, she did the same thing, and then when Bailey came in, same thing, and then it came to a point where they were arguing. And I will tell you, a trick with that is apple cider vinegar with some water, because they can also drink apple cider in their
Yes.
water. But if you spray it on stuff, the smell, they don't like it. That is correct as well.
Say it works good
Yeah.
for fleas.
Is Patty Allen still doing dog training?
No.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
is
okay,
basically
never mind.
retired up in Grundy County now.
Good for her.
Right.
She's the best dog trainer we
Not
had
my
in the
client.
county. She's the one who trained both of mine, not that they remember anything they learned.
She's moved it over to Mike Ratliff.
Okay, so if you get a dog from the shelter and you are displeased with their attitude, take them to
Yeah.
Mike Ratliff and he will help you situate. Because
Exactly.
both of ours came, well, one came out of the shelter, the other came off the side of the road. And they both went through training, and it helps a lot.
It does help.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, your
Yes, it
baby.
is a
You
little bit-
you got big babies.
Yes.
I've been at her house several times.
Yes, but they finally have gotten used to you.
Yeah, they got used to me. They had to go through the transition of getting used to somebody new. It's just how it is. But
So,
with that said, Holly, before I let her go, she actually has given us 2 tickets to give away. Now, these tickets are good for Saturday's show at 4:00, and you're going to see the Mufasa movie. So again, if you want these tickets, which I'll make a post about it, whoever calls me first, 931-305-0869, if you want 2 tickets to the free movie. Because right now it's Thursday's normally a slow day, but if somebody calls me, their tickets are yours. Or you can text me. I'll do either or. Call or text. You win the tickets. So my number again is 931-305-0869 for 2 free tickets to the Mufasa movie, sponsored by Pure Wealth. And the money that is going to be raised there is going to help out the sheltered animals.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Anything else we did not talk about? Because you do so much.
Fosters.
Okay.
We really need fosters, if even for a day, to take the dog out. We just really like to get them out. So, fosters.
So when you say just take them out for a day, are you just saying somebody that, like with Mork, for example? Because I've thought about this. I told my husband, I was like, no, we can't have another dog. But I just felt a connection to him because he was just, Mork is a special dog. I think it's like Holly was telling me, because his face is not, it's not the normal of a dog.
Yeah.
And it's like very nanu, as I want to say.
Big eyes.
Yeah, big eyes.
Big eyes.
And that's what caught me real quickly with him. But I was like, man, I don't care to take him for a walk or something during the day, but everything's got to slow down.
Yeah.
Right. But if you just want to take a dog out for a day, just go and see what they need. Just even if it's once a week, once a month, just pray about it, as I say. And if it's in your heart to do something for these animals, then do it.
Yes.
And especially, I always say this, I believe I'm like Bob Barker. Spay and neuter your animals, everybody.
Yes, please.
Because if you don't want an overpopulation, like some places do have in other states, because I looked into this. And then Melody was telling me about one, I can't remember where it's like mostly dogs and stuff around the place. You remember you're telling me? Now she'll think about it. Give her a minute. Anywho. Sure, I'll go with that. But no, if you don't want things overpopulated, you got to take care of it. If you see it, see a need, feel a need. And I say that all the time. Spay and neuter your animals. If you have not done that, you need to do that. Because if you don't keep them caged up, or not caged up, if you don't keep them in a wireless, oh, thank you, Melody. I was like, what? If you don't keep them in, whether it's some type of outdoor containment where you can monitor them where they're going and not going, you need to get them spayed and neutered, because I know a lot of dogs that don't have collars, don't have leashes, And I'm unfortunately, but Sophie does stay nearby. That's why I don't have to worry about her. But if you have a dog that wanders off a lot, you need to take care of that.
Yes.
And you can also microchip. And
No.
are they not?
No, Bark was actually doing and I think it's about time for them to do it. About $10, and then they had a $5 time, but $10 is a donation to Bark. So you get in touch with Brandy and Eric, and they can hook you up.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So that where they'll just keep in contact. The big thing is just keeping
Everything updated. Yes.
updated record. But
Yes.
that way, it's
Yeah. Microchip. There you go.
Yes.
Mine are not. Because I thought they were expensive.
Correct.
I didn't know they were just $10 or whatever. I didn't know they were cheaper.
Yes. Yeah.
I bought a collar, and it was actually called the Bark collar. And I put it on her because we thought she was going to pass away. And I wanted to know her route. And so as long as I was connected to Wi-Fi, I could follow her. And that's how I chipped her in a sense.
Right.
But she's not wearing the collar today because she's with me today. But anything else, Holly?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
If you can't donate, you can't foster, you can't adopt, at least share our posts.
Yep.
Share flyers, share whatever, because it doesn't cost anything to do that. So
Yeah.
we just appreciate everybody's support. And again, thank you to the volunteers that we do have. Thank you for transporting for us.
I've enjoyed it. Walker's like, man, you get to take another dog. It's like, yeah. He's like, can I skip school? No. Summertime, you can come with me. But yeah, anytime. I say, hey, it's the easiest thing. It's first thing in the morning while I'm in my route anyways. So I don't care to do it. See, now she's coming up. There she is. She doesn't normally do photos. Say hi, Sophie.
She's like, not you.
Nope. Yeah, I called her out on it. She's probably feeling it. She's like, what do you got that she don't got? But all right, Holly. Well, I'm good. And then you can leave, and I'll make Miss Melody Crim come
Thank
on
you.
in. You're welcome. Anytime. We all love Holly.
not trying. You just do it. She just dominates at everything. Oh, she's one of those people who truly, truly care. It's not an act. I've seen her get very upset before when somebody does not treat an animal the way that they should. Did you get it? Did you get a ticket?
I don't know. It was two different people.
Oh.
It's two different people. All right. Well, there's hello, Melody Mark.
Hi.
We got all the
That's another melody. Oh, we have another melody.
Another melody.
I never knew a single melody growing up except for that actress on Young and the Restless, and I didn't know her, but she was the only person I knew of.
Loving these earrings. Sorry, squirrel.
I'm just digging stuff out. But anyway, but now I've moved here and I know like 8 melodies. I'm like, this is where all my people were.
They are. It's
So-
your world. And again, everybody needs to come to McMinnville. Don't forget, I'm going to mention this one more time while we got some people on. If you call 931-305-0869, I can give you 2 free tickets to the Mufasa movie.
Always fun.
And the Melody, of course, did post that on Facebook. So if you need to know the number as well.
I think I did the right number. I could not see.
You did.
So I got to show you before we start.
What happened?
What my husband gave me. After the week I've had, I need a little Jesus.
Oh my God, you got a little Jesus? I got a Jesus last year.
David keeps finding him everywhere. It's like after the week I need a little Jesus. So we got a little Jesus with us on the show today.
I love it. I feel like he needs to be like right there.
Yeah, like somewhere like front and center.
Yes. So Jesus, here we go. I'm going to put him on your drink.
Okay.
Put him on your drink. There we go.
Everybody needs about him.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody needs Jesus in their life. Jesus is the reason for the season, as I say.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Santa Claus is watching the program today. And he's hiding in a back room because Bobby Ray is having their program today.
Ooh.
And he's waiting for his grand entrance. So he's hiding in the back hole watching us. So shout out to Santa Claus.
Hi, Santa. We miss you.
Let me tell you something. Last night I had nothing to do today. Today it got so slammed.
You always fill up your dance card, as you say.
I don't want to, though. I'm sitting home editing photos. Okay.
Yeah.
So last night, I went on a date with my husband, which
Yes.
doesn't happen very often. When my kids were little, we didn't have the babies. Let me tell you something. For those of you who are grandparents who want to babysit your kids, kiss them and love on them, because we did not have those kind of parents. We never got to date because our parents did not want to hang out with their grandkids.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really date. And so now that we're adults, I'm like, finally we can date, but our dates look so different. You know, when my kids were young, I'm like, we're going out to eat. We're going to go see a movie. We're going to make out in the parking lot somewhere.
Yep.
Last night, our date consisted of going over here to the Park Theater and supporting our local high school jazz band at their Christmas concert.
How was it?
It was phenomenal. Their final song was Jingle Friggin' Bells. That's the actual name of it.
Jingle freaking bells.
Yes. It was incredible. He said, kick it, Grady. And Grady kicked it. Let me tell you something. That boy can play some drums.
Yeah.
And I did not get any pictures of him because he was tucked behind everybody else.
Yeah.
But I think everybody got a solo at some point. Samson, some of my emotional children in this band, but Samson did a great job. Dakota Moore, who's not part of the band, but plays a mean piano. He came in and just joined for the night, honorary band member. And they did so great. I hate that I missed the fact that their actual full band concert was Tuesday night, and I didn't know.
I didn't know.
But I have the live feed. I shared it to my page. I just haven't got it over to the Warren first.
Okay.
And last night's concert is also live streamed. So I will find that and share, because let me tell you something. That was the best rendition of Jingle Bells I've ever heard in my life.
The Jingle freaking bells.
Jingle friggin' bells. It was great. And I said to him, I said, did you just make that up just to say friggin', or was it? No, he goes, no, that's the name of it.
That's a legit thing. I did not know that. I'm going to look it up.
Yes. So they did great. And it was just a smaller group of kids. They have to audition for this. And he definitely picked the cream of the crop because they were great.
They were good.
But in doing that, I found out that today at 1:30, I am going over to the high school because the high school is putting on just a small little for the students play.
Yeah.
And the premise of that is that I can't remember who it was supposed to be. Some big name, something or other group was supposed to be coming to the high school. This is the premise of it. This isn't actually happening. This is the storyline.
Okay.
They were supposed to be coming to the high school to perform Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Or a Christmas Carol. And they got confused and went to McMinnville, Oregon. Story of my life.
Oh.
I get so sick and tired of that. Anyway, so now the students have to fill in at the last minute and put this play on, and apparently all kinds of chaos is going to ensue.
Be fine.
So I am so excited. I get to go and photograph that and watch these kids because they're just phenomenal. Yes, and the kids got to buy tickets. The tickets were like $2. One of my kids who's been best friends with Matt forever and is one of our students, the students of the month at the high school, was wanting to go, but she's like, I only have $1. So I bought her ticket for her. I was like, you can just hang out with me. She goes, okay.
Well, that's sweet. So I guess it's just a student only thing, or can anybody go?
I think it's a student only thing, but
if you get invited.
Yes, but I will say this, what is an everybody thing, and I encourage everybody to do this, is tonight at 6 p.m. at the middle school auditorium is the middle school band concert.
Ooh, that's going to be really good.
It is free to go.
Okay.
And it's going to be fantastic. So please, 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 if you've got nothing else going on, if you don't already have plans, if you need a date with your spouse, or even a date with your kids or your mom. I mean, dates come in all forms. Head out to the middle school, support these kids. They have worked just
really hard.
And the band director there, whose name has just escaped me, Santa Claus is being very shh right now.
But then he's probably with the kids.
You know what? It's already 9 a.m. I bet he's out of his closet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't think of the band director's name, and my apologies, but I've heard he does an incredible job over there. And a
nice little segue talking about high school. We want to do a shout out to Hunter Rain.
Yes, Hunter.
He was on our show a few weeks ago because we found out that he was over the Warren County Emergency Notifications page, a junior at the Warren County High School.
Still blows my mind.
He is in the criminal justice
Okay, so for those who don't know, there are pathways. Once you start high school, you kind of have to have an idea of what you want your future to hold, what you want to be when you grow up. And they'll put you on this pathway.
Do you want me to go to his page?
No, well, I put it on I'm the one who notified the emergency notification page of the award, because you can't do that. You can't. I don't think you're supposed to toot your own horn. But anyway,
yeah, I think you should.
But really the criminal.
You got it.
Here we go. The crime scene investigative group. Anyway, the post says, big thanks to McMinnville Police Department, especially Eddie Colwell and Ben Cantrell, for judging our crime scene investigation competition and giving $25 to each winner, who were Hunter Raines, Haven Hasty, Sky Smith, and Allison Moreno. And they each got $25. I mean, that's
nice.
That's big money for high school, especially if you don't have a job. I mean,
right.
Okay, and let's be honest. $25 is a big deal right here, too.
Yeah, I mean,
that's economy.
I could go get cookies at Brack's.
Oh, right no, that's a full dozen right there.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a bad little bite. But no, yeah. I think that's just so amazing what the school systems are offering kids these days when it comes to career paths and things. And to know that we have people like Hunter Raines in this community that is a junior in high school that is doing a criminal justice type path, whatever, whether it's police department or whatever he has decided to do. Again, I want to say shout out to his grandma this morning. I think it was Grandma Juju.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't think that's our winner. Although you should answer and go, you just won tickets.
Oh man, hold on. Hello?
Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. But anyway, so there's big things happening at
the tickets.
There are big things happening at the high school.
She is.
Oh,
we got a winner. Here, I'm going to put you on the speakerphone now. Hold on. So who is this on the phone? Darla, congratulations. You have just won two. Oh, I took my thing off because I didn't know if it was real or not. You just won 2 tickets to see the Mufasa movie.
Yay! We have been planning on going since the first commercial came out, or what preview.
Oh, and now you're going on a special time. Don't forget, it is this Saturday at 4:00 is the showing for these tickets that you are going to be getting. Yeah, and then don't forget, this is a fundraiser for the animal or sheltered animals. And so if you want to come do a donation or bring, just call them and see what they need. Hollie went through the whole thing about the stuff that they need. But I always say give a donation. That's just the easiest. Yeah. I mean, you got free tickets.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Well, I will call you after I'm done with the show. Unless you're in town, I'm going to be here at Tops Frozen Yogurt for another 30 minutes. You can get them now. Okay. Are you still at the Smile Doctors?
No, I'm at McKay Wealth.
Oh, McKay Wealth. Oh. If I have time, I'll try to drop them off today.
You have to change that in your phone.
Yeah, I do. I have to change it in my phone. It says Darla from Smile Doctors in my phone. That's but I'm going to change that Darla at McKay Wealth.
Look, I've got contacts in my phone that I don't even know if those numbers are good anymore.
Hey, it is what it is. I've had my phone since I was in high school, so it's not changing anytime soon. All right, Darla. I will call you later to see if I can make it to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Merry Christmas to you too. Bye. Look at that. We did it.
How exciting. Congrats to Darla.
Yeah, Darla Seymour's our winner for the 2 tickets to the Mufasa movie this Saturday at 4:00. Tickets are $8, but those $8 will go back to help sheltered animals.
Yes.
So again, please do that. But like what I was saying about Hunter Raines, I just want to say and end it with this. I think it's just so great knowing that we have kids in this community at that age already being a part of the community.
Absolutely. Well, that's why the youth leadership program is so great that the chamber runs. Lakeland is the kid corraler over there. Which, I mean, they're really not kids. Matt got on to me last night about saying that. He goes, we're not kids. We're 16 and 17. I'm like, oh. Okay.
They are raising adults. I mean, we all are.
And that's the thing I've always said is we're not raising kids, we're raising adults.
Yes.
But no, Lakeland over there, she does an incredible job. But that's what the youth leadership program does. They're already getting out in the community, and they're already, doing service, and they're just great.
They're learning how to do things. Just yesterday, I saw in the mail, and now I got an echo. Why am I got an echo? Oh, because I've turned you up. I got it in the mail yesterday, a thank you note from all of the leadership of McMinnville kids or young adults, and a thank you card. And it was like a handwritten thank you card with their names. And I think that's like thank you cards are a dying thing, and they don't need to be. Handwritten letters. Yeah, I know. Handwritten letters are really sweet. And that's also part of my 12-day challenge is writing a thank you note to somebody that cares, or typing up something on social media about somebody that inspired you. And that, that's still a thank you note to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm of the mindset of everybody's busy. I'm going to gush over you in person and tell you thank you.
True that. She does. But she also does post on social media when people bring her pizzas.
That was an incredible pizza.
It was a delicious pizza. I don't know when Pyro's coming back, but I need to know.
I know. We need this information.
But talking about the 12-day kindness challenge that's been going on, today actually marks day 8 of that challenge. And you can start this at any time. You don't have to do it in December. You can do it really anytime. But if you are following, today is day 8. And it is posted this morning, and it says help a neighbor. Whether you offer to help a neighbor do a chore, we don't have snow here, but like they say, like shoveling snow or carrying groceries.
We could have snow.
The
weatherman totally burst my bubble this morning and said, "Sorry, folks, there's no chance of a white Christmas this year."
Bull crap.
I'm like, come on, man.
You can smell it. It's on its way. I smell it in the air. It's coming.
See? That's all I want every year for Christmas. I just want a white Christmas, and I'm not talking about a sprinkle. I want can't leave my house building snowmen that don't have dirt in it. White Christmas.
That's a little harder to help out.
I know. I'm gonna have to go up north.
You're gonna have to go to Colorado or something. Travel somewhere.
I remember there was one year that we were at my step grandmother's house in Kingsport, and it snowed like that. And she, I don't know why these old people collect every bag there is, but she had sandwich bags, and that's what she put over our feet so we could go play out in the snow. Yeah, because they're tall, so they went all the way up our leg. And
the gallon bag?
Yeah, like no, like what sandwich bread comes in, and she put it over our feet and put rubber bands around it and kicked us out in the snow.
Well, how nice is that?
It was great because there was no snow getting in.
No,
it was a great snowshoe.
No. But speaking of your travels, you got to go travel over in the
Western North Carolina. One more event.
Oh, my bad.
No, I just want to talk about this one thing because I'm super excited. So this Saturday at 5 p.m. is Hark in the Park.
Yes,
which is always a huge fundraiser for the library in the Hamilton Street Activity Center.
You got it. Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. And right now they only have balcony seats left.
Oh, that's amazing.
So those general admission balcony is $25. There's tickets left. Sorry, get your tickets. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I know it's going to be an incredible
amazing time.
Because I've never been, I've never experienced it. I have wanted to for years, so I am so excited that I will get to experience it this year. I know Steve Harvey's performing, and I know that's a good time. Joe may be performing. I know that's a good time, and from there, we're just going to see how it goes. Yeah. I'm going to take great pictures. I'm going to have a good time.
Steve Harvey himself is a phenomenal artist and entertainer. He's done several downtown events.
Are very talented.
Yes, and
I'm still holding out for an Mbop reunion from the Harvey Boys. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I know. I want it so bad. I'm talking to you, Joe, and the brothers. I'm just saying, Kevin.
Oh, y'all just need to get together and do something. Do a little ditty.
And that's all. That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah, you can just do a little quick video on Facebook and call it a day.
They can be hilarious.
You don't have to do a whole big event. Just a little something.
Just a little something.
I feel like it reminds me of the oh, well, I'm not going to say it because I think it'd be inappropriate.
Okay, never mind. But anyway, but come on out.
Married Gentleman, if anybody hasn't seen that on Netflix. But go ahead.
Jingle frickin' bells.
Yes.
No, come on out. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be great. I've been
making
twice.
memories. I'm so stoked.
Again, you will come out with, if you don't come out of there with the holiday Christmas cheer, whatever, something's wrong with you. Because you'll come out and you'll be like, man, I feel so good about myself. Like, you just feel so good. You're like, I want to do this. Like, where's Santa? I need this. Let's go.
Hey, speaking of getting the chair, do we want to let the people on here know what's coming on Monday?
I have already kind of teased it, and I've said it once,
sorry,
but we can say it again. You did. It's okay. Just to keep that holiday cheer going, I told everybody we were not going to do a podcast next week, but we are. We're going to do a special one, and I think I'm going to do it in the RV.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So are we doing it on Monday then?
We're doing it on Monday at 9:00.
So, but not here.
But not here. We are going to be live in Cousins Eddie's RV.
Oh, I hope the shitter's not full. Oh,
it's okay.
I hope the crapper's not full.
Well, you can't go back. There's no mute button here.
There's no censor.
She apologized.
I forget that.
It's a quote. It's a quote.
It's a quote.
But Cousin Eddie, a.k.a. Chris Terry, he's done this for 6 or 7 years now. And
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he has been dressing up as Cousin Eddie, handing out hot cocoa and parking his RV. It's normally right in front of the police department down here. But again, I don't know if it's going to be parked there, but he's going to come on the show.
He parks in front of the library.
He does now? Okay.
Yeah, he moves.
He's been down there.
Every time I've come down here, the last 3 or 4 years, he's been parked in front of the library with cocoa and cookies and everything else.
Well, maybe he's moved there. Okay. If that's he used to be down there. I didn't go when he was up here.
Well, you know what? It might be because the police department moved in there and he had to move.
Maybe. I think it was when Regions Bank was there. But with that said, because he's done this for 6 or 7 years, he's going to come on, talk to you about where he's going to be, what time we're at, and what he will have. And it's just going to be a great time. He does a phenomenal job. He is a mover and a shaker in this community. And when he dresses up as Uncle or Cousin Eddie, I call him Uncle Eddie sometimes.
I know, I do that too.
Sorry. But Cousin Eddie will be here Monday. He's traveling right now, so he won't be back till this weekend. But we are going to do a live broadcast in Cousin Eddie's RV. And I think it'll be phenomenal.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be great.
One last event, and then we'll talk about my travel.
Yes, please.
The local on Morford.
Yes, I talked to Amy.
Has joined in the New Year's Eve celebration.
Yes, they have.
They actually have a chance to win tickets right now if you are on Instagram. But it is it's $80 a person, but you're getting cocktails, you're getting food, and it's Roaring 20s. So you're also dressing up. Get your flapper gear out.
Yep, I got mine.
Is that where you're going?
No.
Oh, that's
I'm still doing mine.
That's right. You're doing your own shindiggery.
But if you need a flapper dress, I have 2 of them. I have a navy blue one and then a cream one. Extra large or large is what they are.
So, but that's happening. So they've thrown their hat in the ring and they're going to be doing their thing. And
I was so excited. Amy actually called me yesterday, the bartender, and she's also over the social media. And Amy is actually going to come on the show Monday as well and hang out with us. Yes. And
she's going to join us in the RV.
She's going to join us in the RV. And I haven't told Mark Mara yet, but Mark Mara is also coming in on Monday.
I got to wrap myself out.
So
David and I were waiting to go into the theater last night and we're sitting in the car. And David goes, "Who is that?" And he's looking inside. I said, "Well, that's Seth." I said, "The other one, I think that's Mark Mara. If not, it's Mark Mara shaped." But it was Mark Mara.
Yeah, you can't miss Mark.
Well, I couldn't see his face. All I could see was the outline. You know, and I was like, it's shaped like Mark Mara. I think that's him.
Yeah.
He goes, "What's a Mark Mara?" I said, "He's one of our officers."
He's an officer. Officer of the law.
Last night was also his first time realizing that Seth and Ashley go together.
Oh.
But you know, people don't realize David and I go together. Most people actually think my husband is a figment of my imagination.
So I met, I don't know who I met first, but however, I did not realize that
you met me first. Let me tell you.
I don't know who met first.
I met Kelly when we first moved here, and I ran into her in the Walmart. And I know you don't remember this, but I remember this. We had just moved here, and I'd heard her on the radio. No, I hadn't even heard you on the radio. You were still in school in Chattanooga. I just started.
I lived in Dunlap.
That's what it was.
I kept driving back and forth.
Yeah, and you were here for Christmas with your mama or something, and that's when I first met you. You guys were buying something in the Walmart, and we got.
It was just me. I was single at that time.
Well, no, it was you and your mama.
Oh,
you were there with Mama Sharon, and she was bragging on you and telling you. But that was the first time
my mom is my biggest fan. I will tell y'all that. No matter what happens with me and my mom, good or bad, she is my biggest fan.
And let me tell you something. She was quick. She and Sarah both were quick to jump on that. Don't you dare go after my daughter train.
Yeah.
When all that went down. But anyway.
But then when I saw David working here, and then I found out like maybe a year and a half ago,
maybe,
and that like she goes, I need to go see my main squeeze. We were at a hee-haw thing, and I'm like, David, that
was when I snuck in here.
Yeah, you were dressed up. Yes. You were like, I'm gonna go give some kisses for my hubby, and I was like, you're married? That's what I said.
Y'all, I came over here in my full hee-haw getup. I had a blonde wig with ringlets. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing a 50s rockabilly shirt, dress. He had not seen me in my costume. And I came running over here, and one of the employees let me in because they were closed. And I ran through here, ran through here. He was doing dishes, and I grabbed him, gave him a kiss. He said a bad word on the video because I was videoing the whole thing. He said a very bad word. And I said, and then I ran back out. And I'm not sure if he knew who that was that just came in here.
Wow. Keeping it spicy.
It was great. They were,
I love it.
Well, and I think the greatest thing is that because it was intermission, there were people outside and they were like, what are you doing? Although they saw me trying to get in and I was explaining what I was doing. And when I came out, they all started cheering for me. It was, and that's one of the things I love about a small town. Mm-hmm. These were complete strangers. I didn't know them. They were just happy that I accomplished my goal.
Me and Melody have talked about doing some fun things for 2025, guys. Whether it's rolling out the red carpet for people.
I would love to do that.
I want to do that. It's just this year we had a lot going on.
Yeah, and I tell you the other one that I would really love to do, and I haven't even shown you this video. I get these ideas off of TikTok, but I think they would do really well. There's a guy who stands down in like busy downtown areas and yells out like crazy compliments, like, "Hey, girl, you look like somebody who knows how to clean a toilet."
I've seen that. Like that. Yes,
and it's so great. And everybody,
hey, girl, you look like you know how to change diapers, and you do it good. I hear you're a great number one mom.
Yeah, that, and it's such an uplifting, great feeling. And and I love the red carpet. He just rolls out the red carpet, and people start dancing. And we got ideas. We got ideas.
Again, it's called words of affirmation.
Yes,
there is different types of ways to like touch people with words, and telling somebody that's walking down the street, "Hey, brother, you look like you're doing good today." That's a good smile.
Like that's you don't know what people are going through and if they need to hear that or not. You know. Mm-hmm. I have a shirt that I had David make me, and I don't like lettering on the back. I'm not one of those people, but this one has it on the back, and it says something like, "To the person behind me, you are 100% worth being here. Please don't go," or something like that. It's something positive, because you never know what a person's battle is. And and I've had people say, "Thank you, I needed to hear that," and that's all. That's what
it's for.
That's what it's for. So okay, let's talk about West Tennessee. I gotta get because I know I'm gonna start crying again.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to be prepared because I actually put on makeup today.
I did not.
Okay, so
I'm going comfy cozy today.
As y'all know by now, I went down to where I'm originally from, Charlotte. I went into the suburbs. And the way that I normally go takes me straight from Knoxville down through Asheville, but that road's closed. So I got rerouted, and I got rerouted smack into Western Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Northeast Tennessee, whatever that is. And wasn't prepared. And I want to share with y'all what I personally saw, because when that hurricane first went through there, it was all over the news and everybody was talking about it.
It was the talk of the town.
It's kind of petered off. And I've seen a couple of videos and stuff, but I didn't realize how bad it was and how much these people have been abandoned. And I went through it on the way to there, and it wasn't bad, but the way they brought me back was through a worse area. Thank you, Google. And I ended up having to pull over 3 times. I was crying so hard. Because they've been abandoned. There's nobody left helping them. There's no government vehicles. There's no FEMA. I'm talking about people's clothes are hanging in trees. There was a chair in a tree, a dining room chair just hanging out in a tree.
Yeah.
Most of the trees aren't even true shaped anymore. And there's just huge piles. I drive a 4Runner. I'm not in a little bitty car. I'm in a pretty big, SUV. And there's piles of people's lives on the sides of the road higher than my vehicle. I mean,
piled up like trash.
And it's just waiting for somebody to come collect the life that they used to have so they could try to make a new life. And and the thing is, I know me personally, my family personally, it took us a long time to get financially stable where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, we fought tooth and nail. I could give courses on how to be poor. I could not imagine having to start over. I'm 45 years old, having to rebuild everything that I just got built. And that's where they are. This is a complete loss of who they are as a person, of their life. And I know that they're grateful to still have
something
to still be here and still be breathing. But there's a roof on the side of the road in a ditch, a roof just sitting there. And you're just seeing all this broken furniture and all these pieces of housing and their clothes and their entire lives. And I think the worst part was that we're up in the mountains. This was at 3:30 in the afternoon. I did check. It was 34 degrees at 3:30. It's only going to get cooler from there after the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And these people are living in tents.
Still.
I mean, there's no FEMA trailers. There's nothing. They're living in tents on the side of the road where their house used to be. And it's heartbreaking and it's horrible.
Yeah.
But I will say the one thing that truly touched me is one tent that I passed had a Christmas wreath hanging on it.
Oh.
And another tent I passed that had a little Christmas tree outside of the tent. So they're trying to find
have
the
some
positive
normalcy.
Yes, in the absolute worst moment of their life.
Yeah.
And it made me mad and it made me sad. And I'm just like, where is everybody?
Where'd everybody go?
Where is this government that's sending billions of dollars overseas when our own people need them? And I know that everybody says, well, they should have had insurance or they should have helped themselves. Nobody expected this. Hurricanes don't go through the mountains. And the thing is I can't even get it on my house here. We're supposed to be we're landlocked Tennessee. Insurance companies don't offer flood insurance. This isn't supposed to happen. There is. This is like something that I don't know. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But where I'm going with this is, I know around Christmas time, because we did it when the kids were little, that before all the new stuff comes in, we would do a toy clean out. Or if I got a new outfit, then I was willing, or new clothes for Christmas, I was willing to let go of some of my old clothes. Or if you get a new set of pots and pans, you're willing to let go of the old ones. And they may not be much, but for the people over there, it's better than what they have now.
Yeah.
So instead of giving it to Goodwill or a thrift store, find somebody that can take it to these people, because they've got nothing and they would love to have an old toy or an old pot or an old outfit.
Yep.
Because it'll be new to them and they've got nothing left.
Right. And that's the thing, and she didn't take any. I asked her if she took any pictures and she didn't.
And the reason why was out of respect.
Yeah. And that was sweet. Yeah.
I wanted to do a video and I wanted to do pictures, but the fact of the matter is these people aren't a tourist attraction.
No.
I can't imagine, like, if you're going through cancer treatments or if your child,
their lives are still going on. Yeah.
Accident, people coming in and taking pictures of that. It felt very disrespectful.
Yeah.
So all I can tell you is what I saw.
And you were telling me that the piles of trash, which is their life, was as high as like your car.
Yeah, it's as tall as my car. I mean, just giant piles where helping neighbors have pushed all this stuff into a pile and they're just waiting for somebody to come and haul off their life, what was left of their life.
And it makes me think, like, with all this talk about FEMA and like, now are they not in a state of emergency anymore? I mean, that makes no sense.
Like an emergency to me. I mean, we've got freezing
Having
cold
good-
temperature. It snows up there. What
Yeah.
happens then?
Yeah.
What happens when the snow
Because they don't
comes
have
in and they can't
heaters or
get out of the
generators,
tent?
I'm assuming.
No. I mean, I'm sure not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place for them to go. It's not like a neighbor can take them in because the neighbor doesn't have a house anymore either.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like at this point, with
Where
it
do you
being
shower?
cold, are
Where
they
do you-
gonna open up like a school gym? Are they gonna, to
There's
have?
probably not a school left. I mean, this is what I'm saying. There's
Yeah.
nothing. You can just, it's just barren wasteland. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And I don't have the body to physically go out there and help them, and I don't have the financial means to go out and help them. So all I can do is just tell their story and hope that somebody watching is the right person or knows the right person, because they need more help. I'm sure there was a lot of help when this first happened, but everybody's moved on and they need to move back because they're not done. They're not there yet.
And then if you have any questions about like how you can help them, there's always like Red Cross and there's FEMA. There's all these organizations that help. And I guarantee if you just type all the information in, you'll find a link to something to do that. And if you, like she said, if you're listening, for any of those folks that started helping here, I didn't get a chance to call them back yesterday, but I knew at one point Stephen and Lana and them at the senior center, I do see that there's two of the Phyllis Prater's closet, trailers back there. It looks like it. I don't know if they're still sending clothes off.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I do know that at one point the Silent Creed guys were helping with water and things like that. But now is another time of an emergency. We've taken care of the people as far as to a point. Like they have the food, they have the water, they have their clothes. But now we're at a part where there's a second part of emergency where people are living on their properties in tents.
Yeah.
Doing the best that they can.
Waiting for the insurance money to roll in, which probably isn't going to be enough to cover
because we
anything.
all know how government works and it takes forever.
They have their own time schedule. This is what I would also suggest doing is utilize Google. Go onto Google Maps, see what the small towns are, because they seem to be the ones that got hit the hardest. And as you know, they're the ones that are going to get overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who wants to help are going to go to the big cities, because I'm sorry to say it, but the majority of the time, help is not selfless anymore. They're going to want credit. They're going to want recognition. They're going to want something back for their generosity. So look for the small towns and then look up those towns. Look up the Chamber of Commerce page.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Figure out where the churches are, because that's who's helping. Every time the church helps. Look here with the homeless. Who's helping? Westwood helps our schools. The United Methodist Church opens up for the homeless. It's always the churches. Call those churches. Say, how can I help the people in your area? What can I send you? What can I bring you? What do you need? And that's what I would suggest. Red Cross is great. FEMA's great. But
to a point. I want to say that because I'm 50-50 on both those.
Well, I'll tell you what my point is this. I don't trust any nonprofit that has people on their payroll. I just don't, because to me, you're not utilizing the funds the way that you need to. Yeah. When you've got CEOs that are making that hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, no, you're not truly about the cause. You're just, in my opinion, you're not. So, but no, go call the churches, do a little research, put a little time in this to make sure that your donations are going where they need to go, helping who they need to help, and that they're actually doing good.
Exactly. And
have a little bit of control over that, because when you give to Goodwill, when you give to Red Cross, you don't know where it's going to go. Even if you donate, like Goodwill's a great example, actually. If you give to the Goodwill here in McMinnville, your donations aren't staying here. Your stuff could end up anywhere.
Yeah, so if you donate stuff, from what I was told a couple of years ago, they go through the stuff, and if they have too much here or there, they start dispersing it everywhere else that's in a need of something.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the stuff goes to Chattanooga first, and it just makes its way around.
Yeah.
So you always got to do the research, dig, and find out. With that said, the newsletter
no, I was just thinking of Goodwill, because I've actually had to tell people this twice, and that just made me think of this. For those unaware, speaking of Goodwill, when Goodwill this was the rule. I'm guessing it's still the rule.
I don't know.
Because I've used this rule multiple times over the years. I used to be a CNA, for those who did not know, home health care nurse, actually, before I became sick. But Goodwill, when they receive medical equipment donations, such as shower chairs, wheelchairs, portable toilets, anything that's medical need, they cannot sell it per company guidelines. They set it back. If you have a need for something like that, you can go to any Goodwill. I would suggest like maybe the one in Murfreesboro that's a little bit bigger, but you can go to any Goodwill and say, hey, I need a wheelchair. Do you have it? If they do, they give it to you for free.
Oh, and speaking of, thank you, Miss Pat. She let us know that Travis Thaxton flew another small load of generators and fuel and other items to Spruce Pines, North Carolina. The church out there is still feeding people every day.
I think that's one of the towns I went through. I was up near Boone and Blowing Rock, and in that area, I got to tell y'all, I stopped at this place, this gas station.
Got to make it quick. I
know.
Lenore, I got to take her to her
I think it was in Lenore, if I find it. But in this gas station, let me tell you something. That was the nicest gas station I've ever stopped at. There was candles burning in the bathroom. It was a clean bathroom. It was nice. It was a nice lady
had a nice little aroma.
Yes. She had 2 dogs in there, y'all. 2 dogs. I go in there to pay for my gas, and I go up to the register, and the little dog pops up, puts his paws on the counter. That's it. And I looked at him, and I went, hi. Do I give you the money? And I hear this voice behind me, do not give him the money. He will eat it.
Oh, my gosh.
But this dog's name was Shenanigan O'Hannigan.
Oh, that is a great name.
Greatest dog.
Shenanigan Hannigan.
I sat in the floor with Shenanigan O'Hannigan, loving on that dog, getting all the baby loving therapy. But I love the greatest dog.
So,
but anyway,
but with that said, the newsletter is out. It's all on digital copy.
Yay!
We're not doing any paper handouts this week or next week because I wanted to give the girls at the teacher center a break from me. Merry Christmas. But also too, if you want a digital copy sent to you, you just text me at 931-305-0869. I'll make sure to get it out there. I did notice one person didn't message, and I want to make sure. Did you get the letter? And we'll see if he did or not, he or she did or not, because they gave me a question mark. But the other way you can see it, of course, is on Facebook and Instagram, where I'm going to be sharing that today. I always want the digital copies to go out first to those folks, and then we go on. There is a story I do want to break before I forget. We're going to put it in Monday's newsletter, and then I have to stop there because there's so many things going on. Where to go?
It is going to be slowing down though now with the holidays coming around,
which is not a bad thing. So our reporter, Miss Guinevere Jacobs, she did some investigating for us. She found out over on Friday that Fouch's is exchanging hands.
Oh, he did try to sell it a couple of years ago.
He did. And so with that said, at Fouch's, the new owners is, I'm going to try to pronounce this the best I can, Phrase Morick, Faris, Faris Moruk.
I think Moruk would be better
because I did hear that he's Egyptian. Yeah. He and the second owner is cousin, and is his cousin, Mina Lawindi.
Oh.
We're going to go with that. They are Nashville natives, and they're also a real estate agent as well. Right now, the menu and hours are same, but they do plan on opening on Saturdays in the new year.
Well, there we go.
And their ancestry is Egyptian, and they're very nice and welcoming vibes, and they are 20 years old. So we got some young ones.
I like the young business owners. They got fresh ideas.
Yeah. So, and then we got pictures and everything. She sent me pictures, but I want to thank, So you heard it here first. Congratulations.
Billy, you enjoyed that retirement.
Yes.
You have earned it. And stay retired this time, man.
Stay retired.
I know you're going to get bored, but go get a fishing pole or something.
Hey,
Holy
Billy,
cow.
if you want to be like our food connoisseur here,
you
know, I'm
Billy
fine with
taste food.
Yeah. What does Billy think?
I know.
But with that said, I do have to cut the show short today because I can't say words right today. My baby girl,
Miss Sophie.
Miss Sophie, is settled down.
She's taking a nap.
She is. She's out.
That's a good girl.
Yeah, she's out right now. She has a vet appointment at 10 a.m. this morning at the Sparta Veterinarian Clinic.
Dr. Michelle.
Shout out to Dr. Michelle. I want to say
she is looking so much better. Not Dr. Michelle, Sophie. Since going to Dr. Michelle, she is looking so much better. She was making me nervous.
So my dog, she's Great Dane. She's 17. Yep, she is. She's 17 years old. And I just thought she was honestly, at their deathbed, I thought she was done. And then Melody told me about Dr. Michelle, and then I got to meet her. And then there was one night Sophie just cried and whined and just was miserable. And I'm like, oh, here we go. She's going to kick the bucket. Yeah. And I take her to Dr. Michelle, and I'm like, is there anything you can do about her skin issues? I feel like this is going to really ruin her life. Like, that's how she's going to die.
It was bad.
And she was losing her hair. That's how bad it was. But with that said, and she was bleeding because that's how much she was scratching herself so much. She gave her this steroid, like allergy shot, I believe it was. And her hair's growing back and she's doing phenomenal. She's not whining anymore. And my husband the other day was like, she's going to live to be another 10 years old. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that.
She's doing great. She ate bacon earlier.
Yeah, she ate bacon. She's doing really great. And if you are looking for a vet to go to that's animal friendly and sweet and
knowledgeable.
And she's knowledgeable. She's curious and not judgmental, as I say, she does a great job, and she doesn't intimidate me at all like all the other doctors do.
No, she's very down to earth, very eclectic. I adore her.
I do too. But we have an appointment at 10 o'clock, which I don't want to miss because this has been life-changing for my dog. So with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of the day. If you have not done the 12-day challenge and want to start, please do it. And please text a picture or what you've done, or, you need to show people how acts of kindness are so easy. Yeah. So easy. So, but with that said, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.